Welcome back to another video. My name is Michael. I'm the founder of Buffalo Performance and Analysis, where we combine sports science, strength and conditioning, and sports performance to give coaches the tools necessary to build the next level of elite athletes. In this article breakdown, we are reviewing the article Predicting Hamstring Strain Injury in Elite Athletes. The two main takeaways from this article are that 1. Athletes that have previously injured their hamstrings are 2 times more likely to re-injure that hamstring. Additionally, eccentric training and muscle testing of the hamstrings and quads plays a key role in reducing the likelihood of hamstring injury. As we read through the article, one of the key things that stands out is that athletes state that their hamstring strains seem to occur after a burst of running. This, as well as some other things mentioned in the article, suggests that hamstring strains are associated with eccentric training of the hamstring muscle. The study sets out and proposes that there's an optimal length for a muscle. That optimal length is a relationship between the tension and the muscle's strength, and that a muscle with a shorter optimal length is at a higher risk of injury because there is a longer period past the optimal length that the muscle is traveling through. To determine the optimal length of the hamstring and quad for each leg, researchers used an isokinetic dynamometer. In Figure 1, we see the data for uninjured athletes for their hamstrings and their quadriceps, as well as the angle at which peak torque occurs. We see for both the hamstrings and the quadriceps, there's a very close mean for both the left and the right leg. However, when we look at Figure 4, we see that the hamstrings on the injured leg has a peak torque at about 12 degrees sooner than in the uninjured leg. Not only does peak force in the previously injured hamstring occur 12 degrees sooner, there's also a larger peak force that occurs. And this is one of the reasons why recurring hamstring strains might be an issue. Looking at the results, we see that the previously injured hamstring experiences a greater torque at a shorter length than the uninjured side. Also, athletes with no previous history of hamstring strains only presented a 16% risk of having a hamstring strain. On the other hand, athletes with a history of hamstring strains were 2 times more likely to have another hamstring strain. All that being said, eccentric training may help shift the optimal length to a longer length and help reduce the risk of injury. If you're interested in anything that Buffalo Performance and Analysis has to offer, feel free to reach out.